Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Friday, the 12th of May, 2023, also known as Zelda Day, because for the first time in 6 years, we had a brand new Zelda game in the release of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I played it all day, and it was a fun day. Let's recap. First of all, on today's Level 1 podcast, we had some news to talk about in regards to games. Also, some really good news in regards to the false copyright strikes against this channel, among other things. It was a good, fun discussion. You know, we had some serious discussion about the schedule moving forward this month because we kind of have to focus a lot on what's going on in the games I'm playing and see as far as I can get in them because I need to try to wrap some of those up by the end of the month before we head into next month. You know, and some discussion about Zelda and discussion about some games getting delayed and some news and all kinds of stuff. It was a good show, so give it a look if you hadn't had a chance yet. It's live on the channel. Then we jumped into Tears of the Kingdom. You know, interesting to say the least, because first time I've played this kind of Zelda game in a long time. After having replayed Skyward Sword and then played like Link to the Past and stuff, finally getting back to this formula of a brand new game that's open world in Zelda with this big traversal, and right off the get-go you look at like, wow, now you're in the sky rather than down on the ground. Now there's all this stuff floating in the sky out of nowhere that was not in the first game, and it seems like it's going to be vast and very, very how can I even say, like, encompassing. Like, there's so much to do. It seems like not only do you have the ground world like you had in the first game, but now you've got all this stuff that eventually you're going to be traversing and flying around and getting to in the sky. So it's kind of daunting at first. Right off the bat, you're being introduced to new gameplay mechanics, the combining of not only items in the environment, but also the combining of weapons and items to make like crafting tools and things, but also more powerful weapons, and then the ability to go straight up through things above you. All of which are kind of unique for puzzles. And then I got another one as well. By the end of the day, we got the ability to reverse time, which is neat on certain objects. Graphics. They're good, but they're not great. They're Switch graphics. They're better than the first game. I noticed a lot more detail in the environments, especially the water. But I also noticed the frame rate that's 30 or less frames. I noticed a lot of pixelization. I did notice frame drops in certain parts. Not as many as when I played it on Wii U. I mean, that had a lot of frame drops. But still, they're present, and I get the feeling as we get further into the game, big boss fights and things are going to have this issue. It's underpowered hardware, you know? But outside of that, the gameplay is sound. The story so far is interesting. And the mechanics are great. Like, I got hooked right away on these puzzles of what do I build? How do I traverse? How do I do this? What's a good combination to make a good unique weapon and stuff like that? Like, it actually got very interesting right from the get-go. And that's obviously a good thing. That right off the bat, you're kind of intrigued and hooked on this new gameplay mechanic that wasn't in the previous game. So, it's good. It actually was very enjoyable. I played 3 hours on the first stream and 2 hours on the second stream. So, by about the end of hour 4, we had finally completed the tutorial. Yes, the tutorial is very lengthy. They make you go through this giant sky island and do 4 different temples on the sky island. Which are all like mini challenges teaching you new gameplay mechanics. And then you can leave the sky island and go down to the ground level, and now you're free to kind of explore, although early on, you probably just want to do the stuff that's near you and head on to the story anyway. But it was good. As soon as I landed, I'm noticing more optional temples to do. I'm finding optional objectives and side quests. Some things return, like the Koroks, remember the leaf creatures from the first game that are hidden throughout the environment. They're in the game again, which is nice to have returns to that. So 5 hours in, I actually had a really good time today. Just being honest, I was enjoying myself 95% of the time. There were maybe just 1 or 2 moments when there's some silliness where I died, or it was, you know, oh, I thought this was going to happen. Like, for example, there's a thing you can glide on. It's not the glider from the first game, the paraglider, but actually a piece of metal that high up you can glide down on. Well, guess what? It disappears after time. You didn't know that when you started gliding on it. You would never know that. You think, oh, it's just going to last until you land. Nope. This thing wears out over time. So, you know, so stuff like that, beginner's trap stuff. But for the most part, it's a lot of the elements from the first game combined with totally new ones. And so far, 5 hours in, I'm not bored. I don't think that the new puzzle mechanics are annoying. I'm liking it. Okay? The audience seems to be of the same impression. Most people on the stream were having a good time with me and enjoyed it. You know, I am noticing this weird thing the last couple of days where my internet is dropping out completely but they're coming right back, but it's not the internet. Because at first I thought it was. Earlier today on my first stream, as my podcast started, my internet is broadcasting green, then goes red, then green again. And everyone's like, what happened? There was a blip on the stream. We had to refresh. Now it works. I was like, I don't know. So I thought maybe my internet was screwed up. But tonight, okay, tonight on the stream before I started on the stream, I was running my music. As you know, I play music before the stream starts. And it happened again. But here's what happened. On OBS, my streaming software, it said, oh, you lost connection, regain connection. But as it did that, the music continued to play on my desktop. You know what that means? It's not my internet. That means it's a YouTube side issue, that they've been having connectivity issues this week. Because 2 straight days we've been having this happen quite a few times. So I can't fix YouTube side issues, sadly. I wish I could, but this is definitely not anything to do with me. It has something to do with them holding the connection, and sometimes it dips and then reconnects right away. Hasn't been a giant issue, but if you've noticed, if you're on a stream recently, you notice that happened, that's what's going on. But man, great day today. Overall, really great day. I really enjoyed the game. I'm going to upload the rest of the footage right now once I'm done making this video. So I hope you enjoyed the 5+ hours that I recorded today. And I'm looking forward to more tomorrow night. I really am. So far, I'm really enjoying it. And now that we got into the open world portion, I feel like the game is going to get even better. So I do hope that you will tune in and give it a shot, because it really is a combination of interesting puzzles, but also the opportunity to interact and talk, because it does have so much open world interaction and exploration. This is the game where I became an interactive streamer in 2017, 6 years ago. This was the game that turned into that, because of the level of exploration and everything in it. So I hope that you will come back and chill with me when I play it more. So let's talk about that. So tomorrow, all right, it'll be the Level 1 podcast in the morning on DSP Gaming. Then at 12:45 p.m. Pacific time, we shift over to my sister channel, DSP Reacts. That's at youtube.com/@DSP Reacts. For my DSP versus the Internet live stream show. This is 3 hours of me reacting to clips that the members have nominated. And right after I finish recording this video and start uploading, I'm going to make the playlist for tomorrow. So I hate to say, if you took too long to nominate, it's too late now. The cutoff has happened. I actually just approved some videos to get in there. And so I'm going to make the playlist tonight. Hopefully the show will be good. Last week, the week before, good variety going on. I hope we get even more variety this week. So it'll be 3 hours of fun reacting starting in the afternoon, all right? Then in the evening stream tomorrow night, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, we will swing back to DSP Gaming. And on DSP Gaming, we're going to be doing 2 hours of Zelda again, okay? So I hope that you'll join me for more Zelda tomorrow night. It should be very, very fun. Now, then we're going to take a break from Zelda on Sunday, but Zelda will resume as the main stream on Monday, and that will be mainly in the rotation moving forward, so we'll have that Zelda in the mix, okay? So I'm excited. Tomorrow should be a fun day of variety and good times, and so far this week, great stuff. All the streams have gone well, and everyone's having a great time, and I can't wait for more tomorrow. All right, everyone? So please have a good evening. I'm about to go make the playlist for DSP versus the Internet. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Peace out, my friends. Later.